All right, this is Master Lewis Thompson. I'm going to give you a complete stretching routine that you can follow along at home. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with our basic leg stretches. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my hands on the floor. I'm going to be squatting down. I'm going to stick one leg out to the side with my toes facing up to the ceiling. So as I'm here, I feel a nice stretch right here in the back of my leg, my hamstring. And I'm going to lean towards that stretch. Nice and easy. I'm going to hold it for about 15 to 20 seconds. If you want to hold it longer, that's up to you to get a good stretch. And then when I want to switch to the other side, all I'm going to do is either I can pull it back in or I can just transition. I can bend my leg that's straight and then move right over to the next leg. Once again, I lean towards that stretch to get a good stretch. Then I'm going to switch to the other side. I want to stretch both sides at least twice. So same thing. Lean towards that leg. Good. Same thing on the other side. And lean towards the leg, get a deeper stretch. Excellent. So now I want to sit back, nice and easy. I want to shake it out. Get some blood flowing to the legs. Then I'm going to open up nice and wide into a straddle position. So from here, it's up to you how wide you can go. You want to stretch till you're comfortable. You feel a good stretch, not to where you're in pain. Then I'm going to pick a side. I'm going to lean to one side. And I'm going to stretch. Then to the other side. Then I'm going to reach to the middle. Now, depending on your flexibility, if you can put your elbows down on the ground, great. If this is too easy and you're not feeling a good stretch, see if you can try to touch your nose to the floor or bring your chest down to the floor, or you can just walk your hands out a little bit farther. So if this is comfortable for you, great. You want to hold that there, once again, about 15, 20 seconds. But if you're a little more flexible, you can try to bring your chest lower or your nose to the floor. Once again, I want to pick a side. Then I want to move to the other side. And then back out to the middle. Remember, just depending on your flexibility is how far down you can go. But you want to get a good stretch. Then I want to bring it back in. Shake it out. Now we're going to do a butterfly stretch. So I'm going to bring my feet together. Grab my feet. I'm pulling it in close to my body. And I'm trying to push my knees to the floor. All right. If you find that you're up here That's okay. Everybody's a little more flexible than the other, so that's okay. So what I can do is I can hold one hand here on my feet, and I can gently try to push one knee down. If you can't get it to the floor, that's okay. But if you can, try to push that leg to the floor, but not to the point where you're feeling pain. You just want to get a good stretch. If that's too hard and it's just slightly up here, that's okay too. All right. And then what I do on one side, I'm going to do on the other. Now remember, like I said, if you're not as flexible and you can't push that knee down to the floor, that's okay. Even if it's just right up here, but you want to get a good stretch. But if you're able to, nice and easy, try to get those knees down towards the floor. This is your butterfly stretch. Then, what I'm going to do is I'm going to push one leg out to the side. This is a version of your frog split, but we're going to modify it a little bit. So first, I'll show you your frog split. So you have both knees on the floor. You're going to open up your knees nice and wide. Put your elbows down on the ground. And this is your frog split. Now remember, you want a straight line from your knee to your hip, to your other hip, to your knee, straight across. Now some people make the mistake, I'll turn to the side, and as they're doing their frog split, their knees are in front, and then they're sitting back here. So now my hips and my knee aren't in a straight line. So you'll see some people who are doing this, and you're taking away from the stretch. You want everything in a straight line, pushing your hips down towards the floor. Now, to modify this a little bit, so we can get into our full middle split, goal is, I'm going to put one leg out to the side as I bend my knee like I'm in my frog split. I'm going to hold this, once again, 15, 20 seconds. Then I'm going to switch. So I'm going to bend the other leg and straighten out the other side. Once again, we're going to do this twice on each side. So I'll switch. Last one. Excellent. Once again, bring it in, shake it out. Now, I'm going to be here on my knees. So one knee is up, the other knee is down. So what I want to do is I want to push my back leg back. Point my toes in the back, and I'm just leaning forward, helping to open up my hips. So I want a straight line from this knee to my back knee. And focus on pushing my hips down to the floor. I don't want to be too far forward. I don't want my knee coming past my toes and taking away from the stretch. So I want to keep a straight line from my knee to my ankle and just push back. Then I'm going to sit back on my back leg and straighten out my front leg and lean forward into my stretch. Once again, I'm going to lean forward. And then I'm going to sit back. Once I've done this twice, I want to think about trying to sit back and go into my middle split or my front leg split, either or. Once my hips are nice and warmed up and my legs are warmed up. So right now we're going to go into the front split. So since we already have this leg in front, what I'm going to do is, this is based on your level of flexibility. So one hand on each side of your front leg, you're going to straighten out the front leg. I want to keep my leg here, straight in the front so it doesn't take away from the stretch. And then I'm going to slowly start to push back. And bring myself to the floor. So now, I'm in my front leg split. Now I'm going to go to the other side. I'm going to do the same thing. Nice and easy. Front leg is bent. Back leg I'm pushing back on. Then I'm going to sit back and lean forward. Once again, move forward. And then sit back. And now I'm going to go to my front split on this side. Remember, some people are a little more flexible on one side than the other. Some people may favor their left side or their right side, but you want to try to aim to be flexible on all sides equally. So, once again, I'm here, one hand on each side of my leg. And I'm going to push myself down into my split. If you're not able to go full down into your split, that's okay. Now your middle split is going to be your hardest split to get, and that's okay because it requires flexibility on both hips. So if you find that you can't get as low as you want to, that's okay. So the goal is I want to have both hands in front. I'm going to be up here on my feet. And I'm going to open up nice and easy. And just let my feet slide. So if you find you're stuck right here, that's okay. So nice and easy. You want to just ease down into your split. And then bring it in. And shake it out. So another stretch you can do is I can tuck one leg right to the inside of my body and the other leg is straight. And if you're not able to reach your toes, that's okay. You can grab by your knee, by your ankle as a way to do it. You want to make sure that this leg that's flat here on the floor, that's extended, is straight. Some people I've seen, just to try to touch their toes, start to do this. Like, hey, sensei, look, I'm touching my toes. But you're taking away from the stretch. So, goal is here. If you can grab your toes, excellent. Nice and easy. And then you want to switch. So I'm going to tuck my other leg towards the inside of my body. Straighten out my outside leg. And I'm going to reach. Good. Now, another stretch I like to do is I like to keep one leg tucked. I'm going to grab the inside of my foot. with my hand. Same arm, same leg. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to extend out, keep my legs straight. So from the side, I'm here. I'm just stretching out my hamstring. All right. So once again, I'm here and I'm stretching out that leg. Bring it back in. Switch to the other side. Remember, same arm, same leg. Grabbing on the inside. And I'm straightening out my leg. Help get a good stretch. This also helps if you're in cheerleading or anything like that and you want to work towards your heel stretch. It's a good stretch too. And bring it in. Nice and easy. And then I like to go back to my butterfly stretch. Push down. Helps keep those hips open. Excellent. So these are some stretches that you can do at home to work on your flexibility. And remember, the more flexible you are, the better you are at kicking, because your legs are able to do things when you're more flexible than when you're tight. So being able to change the direction of your kicks at will helps. So keep stretching, keep kicking. It's Master Lewis Thompson signing off.